The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
Hey, Darin.
Hi, Mike.
The next 30 seconds will be cold open material.
Oh, okay.
You can open it cold.
Right.
And enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
Taste that cold open goodness.
Wow.
The time has come for this cookie! Nom, 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 nom. Oh, nom, 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 nom.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome, the official podcast of the North Pole. Please welcome your hosts, Mike and Darin.
Hi, I'm Darin.
I'm Mike.
Welcome to Irritable Dad Syndrome, Cincinnati's comedy podcast.
Which means you're going to have fun with us.
Well,
We're going to have fun.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, tonight on the show, Mike went to see John Oliver in concert, and I am going to talk about how much I don't really like pumpkin pie.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that you dropped that right on the...
I did. And I think that's going to be a problem with you because you hate when you like something that I don't like. That disturbs you. You're like a child when it comes to that.
Here's the thing.
Okay.
If someone disagrees with my preferences,
Right.
it bothers me deeply.
Deeply, yes.
I
know.
And it's very difficult for me to continue forward thinking of that person in a positive light.
Mike threatened to fire me from this podcast today because he found out.
Oh, I did fire you.
You're fired!
How can you fire
fired
me?
you.
I'm right here.
Well, you're very
don't
very
make-
pushy.
you
You
can't-
showed up anyway.
You can't fire me. I don't make any money.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, without me, you would have no podcast. And
I can talk about squirrels.
And without you, I would have no podcast.
Here's the thing. Now, I know.
We're like Daryl Hall and John Oates if both people were Daryl Hall.
See, we've been Is he the one with the Jerry curls, or is it the other guy?
No, that's John Oates.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought that was funny.
That was pretty good. That was pretty
In
good.
my defense.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Here's the deal.
Yeah, here's the deal.
We've been posting a lot of reels lately. Reels.
Yeah, Facebook
for,
reels.
For the kids out there,
Yep.
a reel
Yeah, and those are bussin'.
is a 1 minute video thing. You're like, Mike, you guys talk about crap for hours.
Yep.
Why do you do things in 1 minute? I don't know. Ask Facebook.
Yeah.
Because it limits it to 1 minute.
Well, people like
Bite-sized things.
Yes.
And most of the time, the algorithmic thing that we use to generate reels or tell us in the show where it goes will pick salacious and hilarious to me things.
Salacious.
The one for today, it shows mental health.
Yeah.
Mike's mental health moment.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, this is good for going into Thanksgiving, going into sitting around the table for the disagreements that you're going to have.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I've read a lot about mental health. I'm surrounded by mental health knowledge.
You have done your own research.
I've done my own research, and I know that an inability to separate the good and bad in a person is not a good thing.
Right.
If you tell me that you dislike pumpkin pie,
Yeah.
I shouldn't immediately categorize you as a son of a bitch.
Yeah, but you do.
But I do.
Yeah.
And I'm aware of that.
Yeah.
And it erases all the good and all the nice things that you would ever say
Mhm.
or ever do.
All of them?
All of them. And you
Yeah.
become, no.
Yeah.
But some people are like that. And that's part of the reason why that reel is like that for people who
Yeah.
are going, this is all going to be.
Edit it out.
Edit
Yeah.
it out.
By the way, today...
Hey, I'm Mike.
Hey, I'm Darin. Today, we're recording this podcast on November 21st.
Yes.
But it airs on December 12th.
Thanksgiving is Friday,
We haven't had it
November 30th.
Yeah. When you're listening to this podcast,
Yes.
you've already had Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Mike and I have not had Thanksgiving yet. So that's what we're about to do. I'm getting ready to go visit my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Do you have to eat turkey? I'm thinking about just not eating turkey this year.
You don't have to, but I mean,
I don't-
what are you going to eat?
That, what's the sweet
Toast.
potato stuff with the marshmallows
Yeah.
and the nuts on top?
Okay.
That.
Sweet potato casserole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that.
See, I don't like the nuts on top of that. Libby this year. Okay,
This
so
is not going to last. This
we
is not gonna
had-
be good.
we had an early Thanksgiving dinner with my mom. because she's not going to be going to North Carolina with us. So we had an early
because of the
Thanksgiving dinner with
warrants
her.
out for her.
Yes. She's not allowed to go into or South Carolina.
Yeah. Well, they got the facial recognition.
It's
stuff on the
complicated.
highway. Yeah.
That's a different podcast. So we had an early Thanksgiving with Mom, and we had some turkey and ham, and we had some rolls, and Livy made candied yams this time instead of sweet potato casserole, and they turned out pretty good.
Yeah. I don't know what a yam is. Is a yam a real?
It's sweet potato. It's the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't they call it sweet potato?
I don't know.
Okay.
Why do they call it a violin and a fiddle? They're the same thing. Exact same thing.
I made a cheesecake.
Oh,
did I talk about that last time?
No,
I
you did
made
not.
a cheesecake.
Okay.
I made one.
You bought like the Jell-O mix?
No. I
Okay.
bought the Philadelphia cream cheese.
Okay.
The sugar, the eggs,
Yeah.
the heavy cream,
Oh.
the whipping cream, and the crust. Are you ready? You know what
The heavy
crust?
cream, it's so heavy, I can't lift it.
Guess what the crust is made out of?
Graham cracker.
Double stuff Oreo crust.
Shut up.
I made that.
You made the crust?
I made the crust.
You made the crust.
You take. You ready for this? Just the when I explain how you make it is going to make your mouth water.
Okay.
You get a bunch of double stuff Oreos.
Uh-huh.
You get one of those cheesecake pans that you take
A cheesecake pan?
you take
a pie crust holder?
Well, no, it's called somebody out there is banging their heads against the window. Why am I
ladle?
listening to this?
Yeah.
No, it's like a pie plate, but the edges are straight up and down, and you can remove it.
Okay. Okay.
All right, it's got like a little spring lock. It comes open. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll show it to you later.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, the point is,
Yeah.
you get a bowl of half and half. You know half and half?
Yeah.
Some people put it in their coffee.
Right.
Yeah. You take the double stuff Oreo, you dunk it in the half and half.
Okay.
You keep it there for about 15 to 20 seconds until it gets good, and then you almost gooey, but not really, and then you put it in. And that's the entire bottom of the double stuff Oreos. Then you take those Oreo minis,
Yeah.
do the same thing. You put them in the spaces that are in between the double stuff Oreos. You have to think three-dimensionally. They're going to be there. Then you take regular Oreos and you crunch them up and you sprinkle them to get all those little holes. And at the end, you've got half and half soaked Oreos. Then you make your cheesecake mix. You pour, or in my case, spoon, because you made it too thick. It down on there. Spread it all out. You throw that in the oven. You got a cheesecake.
Wait, in the oven?
In the oven.
Okay.
You got to bake a cheesecake.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought with the cheesecake you mixed it all up and then you let it harden in your freezer.
No.
Okay.
No.
That shows what I know.
No.
Yeah.
You got to bake it. Spring form.
How was
Spring
it?
form. Hey, U56. Spring form.
How was it? We interrupt this.
Well,
while Mike takes a drink.
I made a velvet.
Stop. How was the Oreo cheesecake?
It's pretty good.
Do you have any left?
Yeah, but I wouldn't. It's dangerous.
But you're not going to let me have a bite.
No, why? I care about your health. It will kill you if you eat it right now. Dude, it's a week and a half old.
Oh,
you know, it's old.
Wait, hold it. If it's so good, why is there any left over after a week and a half?
I mean, I can't. I'm not going to do Leaving Las Vegas here and kill myself with a cheese. Eat a whole frickin' cheesecake. I'm the only one in this family that likes cheesecake.
What?
So
how is that possible?
Well, for a while, Charlie started to like cheesecake, and then he bailed on me when I made this thing. He looked at it, and he's like, cheesecake sucks, or you suck, or I don't like cheesecake. And then he won't eat it. Bess, I think, ate a small piece of it, and she said, yep, that's cheesecake. And then she doesn't...
That is indeed a cheesecake.
But I was so years and years and years ago, I have a friend. He's still my friend.
Okay.
But he got into culinary. He went to culinary school.
Okay.
And he learned how to cook.
I love how you say he got into culinary.
Yeah.
Like he got in a gang.
He got his colors. He got his cut. And he came out. Yeah. And he made vanilla cheesecake. Before I had his vanilla cheesecake, I thought cheesecake was disgusting.
Yeah.
Then I had his cheesecake, and I thought, that's amazing.
You're
a wizard. You can create cheesecake. I thought the only way to get cheesecake was to buy it at the thing and the stuff.
In the place,
or go to the Cheesecake Factory, because that's a whole damn factory.
Drop $12
about
for
making
one piece of cheesecake.
Yeah.
Jesus.
And now I can make it. I can just go down to the K. Rogers and get the ingredients for a cheesecake. And I can make it. If you tell me you want a cheesecake, my tomorrow morning, I could start right now and have it done. It'll be chilled and ready for you in the morning.
But would you?
No.
No. Okay.
Irritable Dad Syndrome is proudly brought to you by Diff Liquid Concentrated Wallpaper Stripper, Otis Elevators, and Bones Suck and Mustard. Please use their products whenever possible and help them make a boatload of money. Now back to our program.
Well, you've got me on the topic of desserts.
Yes.
And when we had our early Thanksgiving with Mom, we had a pumpkin pie. And
Pumpkin.
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 That's what I said. Pumpkin. And I told Mom, asked, what can I bring? And I said, I want a pumpkin roll. Okay, because it's got it's twirled. It's got the cream cheese in it.
Yeah.
She bought a pumpkin roll. Now
Okay.
I love pumpkin roll.
Okay.
Pumpkin pie, whatever. I can take or leave. Here's my question: why can't they make a pumpkin pie on a crust that doesn't taste like a cardboard box? Graham cracker crust.
You don't make it. You don't.
No, I don't make it. What am I,
Well,
Amish?
that's what the pumpkin pies that you buy in the store, they do suck. It's like orange Jello on a cracker. You got to make it fresh.
I have a friend who I used to work with. She is retired now, and her life orbited around Frisch's pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Her life was just changed forever come November when she could get a piece of pumpkin pie from Frisch's up here in Ohio.
Yeah.
So if you buy a pumpkin pie, it comes on a crust that tastes like a cardboard box.
Okay.
Now, I've never made a pumpkin pie.
You can make one. You can pick graham cracker.
Yeah.
I personally like the crust that tastes like a cardboard box.
You would.
I'm going to
That
tell
sounds
you.
about right.
I'm going to give you a recipe that's going to make you your pants.
Okay.
This is the Mike's your pants dessert recipe. Every time I've made this, everyone who's tried it has given a serious. You ever eaten something and it's so good you get dead serious and you look at the person that gave it to you and said, how did you come by this?
Right.
What kind of sorcery is here?
What the hell was that?
Yeah.
This is one of those recipes, and it's so simple it sounds stupid.
It's Mike's famous Miralax pie.
Strawberry shortcake. Now listen to me.
Okay. Now, I
'Cause
love
my cake.
I
my
love
cake
strawberry
is,
shortcake.
My cake is tall. So
Hello.
the lazy among us will go to the K. Rogers and get those little sailor hat cake things. No, get yellow cake, Duncan Hines that's with the pudding, or Betty Crocker with the pudding in the mix.
Why are you pointing at me?
I don't know. I point when I. It's not loaded, and get that. Get yourself a gaggle of fresh strawberries.
Okay.
What is it? A murder of fresh strawberries. And then get that strawberry glaze.
The goo.
The
Yes.
stuff.
Yeah.
Now,
The
it's
clear. It looks like that stuff from the movie. The goo.
Yeah. So I try to make everything as fresh as I can, but in this case, I get the goo. It's high fructose corn syrup.
Yes.
Splenda, mercury, and lead. I think is what is in the with no.
Because I don't like Splenda.
So
I don't.
what you do
It's got
is
a
you
funky aftertaste.
you make the yellow cake. You make that recipe.
Yeah.
Put that in the oven.
Yeah.
While that's in there, you put the glaze in a bowl. Then you take all the strawberries, the entire murder of them,
What size bowl?
medium,
Okay.
and you take all the strawberries and you cut them up into somewhat bite-sized pieces. People make the mistake of thinking that people want full strawberries. in
No.
their strawberry cookie. No,
Nobody
they
wants
want
that.
You want it small enough to
want
be
them
bite-sized.
Somewhat bite-sized.
Somewhat bite-sized. You want
Yeah.
it to still be recognizable as a piece of strawberry,
Yes.
but not like jam or something ridiculous
Right,
like
because
that.
if you cut them too small, then
Right.
it turns into a paste.
Then you mix those up in that glaze. You put that bowl in the fridge.
Yep.
You don't. Nobody eats strawberry shortcake warm. You put that in the fridge.
No, you don't.
Right. And did you get your Cool Whip?
You can't have a pie without Cool Whip.
Yeah.
Did you get your Cool Whip?
Yeah.
Or your Ready Whip if you're you've just given up on life.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip? Cool Whip, yeah. You mean Cool Whip? Yeah, Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip.
You get that ready. The yellow cake gets done. Take it out. You get yourself a piece of the yellow cake. You put it on the plate. You put that glaze with the strawberries on it, and you Cool Whip that thing up.
Okay, can I say something? I prefer vanilla ice cream over Cool Whip.
Oh yeah, but not on strawberry shortcake.
Why? Why?
Why not? Why?
Why wouldn't you? It's strawberry ice cream. And it's vanilla ice cream and it's strawberries.
You gotta your textures have to penultimate.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
God, you are a freak.
You can't. What are you gonna like? You do like the hard ice cream? You do soft serve? You go down to the McDonald's and say, "Here, run this under the faucet."
Yes, you run to McDonald's and you ask them to put your homemade strawberry shortcake under the thing. God, you're stupid. You get a tub of vanilla ice cream. Okay. You scoop it and you slop it.
No.
Yes, you do.
You jackass. Or you can't do that. You try to cut into the ice cream. You just smush all the together.
Well, then you put it to the side and you get a little bit of strawberry shortcake and a little bit of ice cream at the same time. You're one of those guys who you can't have your food touching, aren't you?
One thing that we can I'm not. I'm near West by God, Virginia. Our food always touches.
Okay.
And sometimes it touches other people's food.
Yeah, your food's been touching something.
Here's the deal.
Okay.
Here's the deal.
Yeah.
Something that you and I, a business venture we could never go into together because we would end up murdering each other.
Yeah.
Is we could never buy a Golden Corral.
No.
Because we would fight.
One, they're out of business.
It's true. We would never run a Buffett.
No.
Because one of us would be dead within the first 30 days.
Yeah.
You're listening to Irritable Dad Syndrome, Cincinnati's comedy podcast.
You two are just dumber than a bag of hammers.
I saw John Oliver.
How was he?
It was really funny.
I've always liked him.
Yeah. I feel horrible. As soon as I talked to you, I was like, man, I didn't think that anyone would want to go see him that late on a Sunday night. I didn't want to go see him that late on a Sunday night.
But you couldn't reschedule because he wasn't going to reschedule.
Well, he rescheduled. I was originally supposed to see this back in October. I was supposed to see him the week before the U2s.
Okay.
Or, I'm sorry, the week right after the U2s.
Yeah.
I was supposed to see him. It was like a Thursday night.
Why did he reschedule?
That's why I didn't ask anybody, because it was on a Thursday night, because the writer's strike ended and his show started back up.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, and the opening dude, the guy that comes out and opens for him.
Yeah, I know what the opening act means.
That John Oliver had actually recorded this latest episode the Saturday before the Sunday that I saw him, and like pointed out a couple of things in the episode, which I thought was kind of cool.
Okay.
And then here comes John Oliver, and it just funny.
Yeah.
I mean, just a funny dude. If you enjoy the show, there were like 15-minute segments, but it all like kind of tied together. Really good. Talking about, what the hell did he talk about?
I've done that. You go see an hour and a half long concert. You walk out there and your face hurts from laughing. And I can't think of one joke.
A lot of it was about history. It was hilarious. He was talking about things in history that people just don't know because it's not taught. And one of them was like, by the way, did you know that no fewer than 3 nukes have been dropped on America by America? And no one said anything. He's like, I'll take it from the stunned silence. The answer is no.
Yeah.
But it proceeded just to tell this hilarious story about how we've literally dropped nukes on ourselves by accident.
So it was like a giant lecture, kind of, sort of like a history class with John Oliver.
It's not, but it's hilarious.
Yeah,
So like one of them dropped because it just came loose. And went 70 feet down in some mud. And what did we do? We just poured a bunch of concrete on top of it. It's still there. It's in North Carolina.
It didn't go boom?
It didn't go boom.
Okay.
Another one landed, it had a parachute that came out and it got caught up in a tree. Again, is either North or South Carolina. Apparently
that is one sturdy damn tree.
Apparently.
If it keeps a bomb from hitting the ground.
Apparently there are 4 switches in there that need to be activated for it to go boom.
Yeah.
3 of them had activated.
Okay.
The last one didn't activate, and they weren't really sure why.
Yeah.
They did get it down out of the tree.
Okay.
The third one is the one that had caused the most amount of laughter.
Did they call the fire department to get it out of the tree?
Yes. The third one is the one that I almost choked laughing at because apparently they were flying again over the United States in a bomber.
Yeah.
And a guy was doing some maintenance on a bomb, and he was under it, and he was done, and he reached around to lift himself up, and accidentally there's a pin that the safety that keeps the bomb in the plane.
Yeah.
He realized that he had that in his hand, and the bomb just rolled out the back of the plane and fell down onto, again, I think it's North Carolina. Because John Oliver's like, now put yourself...
You know what? That makes a lot of sense about North Carolina.
He said, put yourself in this guy's shoes for just a moment. He's like, you were just under a thermonuclear bomb. You're now standing there with the one device that keeps it from coming loose, watching it roll out the back of the plane and fall. He's like, you've got to be thinking, oh, now this is going to be a thing. Yeah, this is going to be something we have to deal with. But he went through just all this history stuff that you've never heard of, and there was like a larger message of why don't you learn these things. He went through some British history things. It was hilarious. And by the end of it, he kind of wrapped everything up. COVID came in at some point. Yeah, the political atmosphere that we don't talk about on this show.
No, we don't.
But he talked a little bit about that. But it was very, very lighthearted and fun and hilarious. He was very respectful of the audience. He kept calling us all collectively Columbus, which I thought was nice. I don't know why. Like the first couple of times he did it, it seemed weird, but then it just seemed pleasant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good. I went to a concert.
Did you?
I took Cameron to see Allie the Piper. It's this redheaded woman. I think she's 30. Okay. And I found her on the TikTok a year or so ago, and she plays bagpipes. Okay. And she's really, really good at playing the bagpipes. Okay. And she's always wearing like the plaid, the skirt.
Are you saying if they made Braveheart 2, she would be in it. She would be in it.
And she would do the theme song for it. Okay. Yeah. She is a badass. Okay. So over time, she started playing rock songs on the bagpipes. Okay. And she's famous for doing a cover of Crazy Train. Oh. You can go to YouTube right now because she released a video of Allie the Piper, Crazy Train. Okay. It's pretty kick-ass. Yeah. She's done Freebird, and that's really, really good. She did...
I'm Too Sexy for My Shirt.
No.
Okay.
Master of Puppets. Okay, she was playing the bagpipes to Master of Puppets, and somebody on the Twitter or TikTok or Instagram said bagpipes don't really jive well with Metallica. Who responded? Metallica. Metallica reaches out and says, yeah, we disagree. Keep doing what you're doing. And she about lost her mind. So
that's awesome.
I've been watching her for a year or so, and she's amazing. Well, she got all buddy-buddy with this girl named Mia, who plays an electric violin.
Of course.
And she's a badass.
Okay.
So they joined forces. They're like the super friends of bagpipe and Celtic music.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And they started playing together. So I knew they were coming to town, and I thought, I think I would really enjoy this show if I went. Yeah. And I was like, should I not? I don't know. God, it's like I went to see this. I went to see that. I'm going to go see this. I've been spending a lot of money on concerts and stuff. Yeah. I'm driving.
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. I'm driving the boys home from school. And Miles is in the back seat and Cameron's in the front seat. And then they say, oh, yeah, something like, oh, yeah, like Allie the Piper did the other day. And I'm like, you guys have heard of Allie the Piper? And Cameron says, yeah, she's amazing. So I thought, okay, and that sealed the deal. So I was like, last year I took Jacob to see The Offspring, and I told Cameron, buddy, I'll take you to see something. Yeah. And so I said, buddy, you want to go see Allie the Piper? Heck yeah.
Awesome.
Bet.
Bet.
It was bussin'.
Yeah.
Yeah. No cap.
How was his drip? Was his drip pretty?
Yeah, it was
his drip?
Yeah. Okay. So he got a T-shirt. Yeah. And it was at Ludlow Garage. I've never been to the Ludlow Garage. Yeah. It's right near the Esquire Theater downtown in Clifton. Okay. So, but it was an amazing show. Yeah. And I reached out to Allie the Piper a long time ago, asked her to be a guest on this podcast. No response. Yeah. I've reached out to her since. Still no response. I'm hoping because I think you would get a kick out of her. Okay. And she seems really stupid awesome, man. Yeah. So I'm hoping that I can get Allie the Piper on the show. I'm trying. Yeah. I'm trying.
I thought that John Oliver would see my shirt. In my defense, I thought it was funny.
Oh, that's right.
and want to come on the show just based on the shirt. I did. There were multiple people that thought the shirt was awesome. Yep. Again, nobody's buying the damn thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna.
By the way, that's my shirt.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
You borrowed my shirt.
No.
Yeah.
I found my original one. Yours
okay.
is yeah.
Yeah. So we have a T-shirt that says on the front, "In my defense, I thought it was funny."
And people I'll be out and people will laugh and they'll point at it and they're like, "That's an awesome shirt. Where did you get it?" And I get to say, "This is my shirt."
Yeah.
You can go to irritabledadsyndrome.com.
Yep.
There's a store there.
Yep.
You can purchase it in any color that you want. We put an ad last year.
We did.
We put it up. Thousands of people. One of our most interacted with posts ever. This is funny.
People would tag
other people.
Kevin Reynolds.
Yeah.
You've got to get this shirt.
Yeah, this is what I want for Christmas. If you love me, you'll buy me this shirt.
Yeah.
And I get excited. I go to our store.
Nothing.
It's just like crickets.
I wore my In My Defense, I thought it was funny shirt when I went to Universal Studios.
Yeah.
I can't remember how many people, love it. Love the shirt. Where did you get the shirt?
Where did you get the shirt?
And I told them, and then my kid's like, it's my dad's podcast.
Yeah.
And I told them, oh, that's great.
I want to say, whip out your phone, give me a Venmo right now. We'll make this happen right now.
Exactly.
We'll do this.
When Jacob was getting his tuxedo for prom,
Yeah.
I had that on. And the lady who was fitting him for the tuxedo, oh my God, I love that shirt. She told me, she says,
People love it.
She says, I'm buying one. I said, no, you're not. She goes, no, I am.
Yeah.
She says, I'm off work Monday and I'm going to buy it. And I said, why do you have to wait till Monday to buy it when it's online? And she just kind of looked at me like that was none of my business. She didn't buy one.
Yeah.
She didn't.
It's like
it's like if you don't want to buy it, then don't buy it.
Don't say anything.
But don't sit there and go, oh my God, I love your shirt and I want to buy one.
Yeah. I don't
Don't
understand it.
Tease me.
It's not like you're cornering a friend. It's not like I'm saying, "Hey, Darin, check out this thing I have," and you're like, "Oh, that sucks," but I got to tell him that it's good because we're gonna get into a fight, like the pancakes and stuff. I don't want to get into a fight. Yeah, Mike, that's funny. These are strangers.
Yeah,
seeking it out
exactly
and commenting.
Yeah, they're coming to you.
Coming to me.
I didn't walk up to someone and said, excuse me, can I ask you 5 questions about my shirt?
Yeah.
Okay, 1, do you like this shirt? 2, would you like to touch the fabric and see how it feels?
Yeah.
I didn't.
And we have other shirts on there.
Yeah.
That I know will never sell because this is the one that gets people excited and they won't even put it in the cart. I could see the data on that. They don't even click it and say, maybe later.
Our original t-shirt was you need to learn more words.
Yes.
Okay.
I love that one too.
And then that one's popular.
Yeah.
Whenever I wear that one, people love that.
You're damn right. I've got that a couple times.
Yeah.
I wore that to a political event. Not a politically charged event.
It was a school board
meeting that I talked about years ago on here. And people were like, "You're damn right. Yeah, they need to learn more words." Both sides, by the way. People that represented both sides were pointing at my shirt going, "You're damn right. They need to figure their shit out."
Because you came home and you called me and you're like, the funny thing is, this shirt was addressed at me. Mike Odell's the one who
I need to learn more words.
And then we've got the t-shirt that says put the thing on the thing.
Yeah.
One person has
Nobody
that.
even looks at that one.
Yeah, we gave that one away.
Yeah, and then I'd like 12 blankety blank nuggets. 12 blanket nuggets. That's one.
That's right. No one's ever
going to buy that.
So they're all for sale at irritabledadsyndrome.com.
They're awesome shirts.
Yeah.
They're great.
Yeah. And
I don't get it.
But I'm telling you, it's like if you buy one of these shirts and you wear them in public, people will point it out and go, oh my God, dude, I love that shirt.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're not going to we make like $1
don't make
for every 100 shirts that we it's ridiculous.
We don't make a damn thing
we
on
don't,
this podcast.
No. Buy the damn shirt, people.
Yeah, come on.
I guarantee if you get the In My Defense, I thought it was funny shirt for someone at Christmas.
Yeah.
And if there's 5 people in the room, at least 2 of them will be like, "Oh my God, I got to get that shirt."
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Because it happens all the time.
All the time. No cap.
Yeah. No cap.
That's no cap.
No cap. It's the drippiest drip you can get this holiday season.
Yes.
This portion of our show was brought to you by Curtains, Curtains, Curtains. If you need curtains, just ask for them by name. Go to curtainscurtainscurtains.com and punch in the promo code DAVE and get 15% off your next order. Oh, and they also sell blinds and valances. Curtains, Curtains, Curtains. America's most trusted curtain dealer since 2009.
That's right.
Now back to the show.
Talking about concerts, you and I are going to see Hootie and the Blowfish.
Yeah.
Yeah, in June.
Yeah.
It's going to be a while. I'm psyched out of my mind. I've always liked Hootie and the Blowfish, and I think it's going to be a good show. Mike, however, is not. But I asked
I'm going
him,
to see Collective Soul, and then I'll go get something to eat when Hootie's.
I love Collective Soul.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. We were talking about it on a previous podcast.
And by the way, I don't actively dislike Hootie, so
Yeah.
stop with the hate mail and
Settle
don't
down.
get off your keyboard and listen to the rest of this. It's just I'm not excited to see that. I would rather Collective Soul be the main band.
Yeah. When Hootie were in their prime,
Yeah.
I remember I was talking to my buddy. I was in college, and I'm talking to my buddy Steve Farrell on the phone. And I said, "Hey, have you taken the Hootie and the Blowfish challenge?" And he said, "Well, what is that?" I said, "That is where you turn on VH1."
Yeah.
Okay. Remember VH1?
Yeah, Video Hits 1.
Video Hits 1.
Yeah.
MTV used to show music videos, and then they went to all reality
Non-music,
television.
yeah.
That's when VH1 stepped in and said, "Hold
Yes.
my beer.
Yeah.
You can watch music videos here."
Yeah.
Right? And
Yeah.
then they had pop-up videos.
Uh-huh.
And then that kind of got really, really popular. And VH1 thought, well, hell, we could do more of this.
Uh-huh.
And then they went by the wayside
Yeah.
and had all reality television.
Yeah.
But before they went to hell, they would show music videos almost all day long.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked my buddy Steve, have you taken the Hootie and the Blowfish challenge? And he said, what is that? And I said, that's where you turn on the TV, and within 3 videos, a Hootie and the Blowfish song will come on.
Yes.
And he's laughing. He's like, Darin, you got too much time on your hands, something else, whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. The next day, the phone rings, I answered. He says, damn it. I said, what? He goes, turned on VH1. 2 songs later, it's Hootie and the Blowfish. It was within 2 songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched the VH1 Behind the Music on Hootie and the Blowfish. It's on Paramount Plus, Behind the Music.
Okay.
I love those documentaries.
Wait, all of them?
A lot of them. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Yeah, I know, right?
Mm.
And the guy,
Yeah.
when Behind the Music continues.
Yeah.
So I was watching it, and the thing was, everybody loved them, but they got played to death.
Yeah.
They just played them out the wazoo.
It's kind of like Dave Matthews. Well, because it was like a different type of music it's like that happens with everything.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Behind the music, there is a YouTube channel, and I don't want to call them out because I'm going to blast them a little bit. And I just honestly don't remember the name. That's one thing that will protect us always is I can never remember the name of the stuff that I'm going to bitch about.
Yeah.
So no one can ever sue us because they don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Right. I wasn't talking about you. I was talking about, I don't remember who.
But there's some YouTube dude that makes these music documentaries.
Yeah.
And I watched a few of them. I'm like, wow, I did not know that.
Yeah.
It was like the true document, whatever.
Is it the
And
guy
then-
with the Frank Sinatra hat?
No.
Oh,
He's
okay.
awesome. This
he
is
is.
This is a different dude. I was watching him and I was like, I did not know that about Mr. Van Halen. I did not know that about Ozzy. Wow. Blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. So he released one, U2.
Okay.
Now, longtime listeners know that this is the point where you just turn off the podcast, right?
Yeah.
You just don't want to listen to this. But I know a bit about the lads, right? I know a little bit about them.
Yes.
And so I'm like, I'm going to watch it. Now, when I watch a YouTube documentary, it's like I'm fact checking.
Yeah,
you got that right. You know what I mean?
That wasn't in 84. That was in 85.
Yeah, I'm that guy.
Brian Eno was not part of that
I'm that
recording.
guy.
Yeah.
And I think you're that way with David Letterman. If you watch a thing about David Letterman now, you're like, let's see what they fucked up.
Yeah.
I watched this thing and it got everything wrong. I got
God.
2 or 3 minutes in and I'm like, oh my, I was so pissed off. And I wasn't pissed because they were dissing my boys.
Right.
I was pissed because I was thinking of all those other shows I watched of this series.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all this cool stuff that I think I know about these bands, I don't know if it's true or not because this one is so fucked up.
Yeah.
It really bothered
Well, also,
me.
I mean, you know what? You have a responsibility to fact check your own stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. I am working on a project for Antenna TV for a celebrity. It's going to be a half hour. I can't really go into any details about it. And you know what? I have to make sure that the things that I'm saying about this person are factual.
Yeah.
Yeah. Meaning what year they started this show and what year they started that show.
Well, where this guy screwed up, and I don't remember the details because this is a long time ago.
Yeah.
But where he screwed up was he would say something that actually happened, and he would say they did this because, or they felt this way because,
Right.
and it was all wrong.
Yeah.
And it's not like I've got Bono and Speed Dial. It's just like I've read so much about it, and I've watched it. I watched this stuff unfold, and I'm like, that is not what was happening with them at that time. You got this. You're all jacked up.
Yeah.
So
the biggest mistake people make with Letterman is they still say he was all his years of late night with David Letterman, which he was late night and then he was late show.
Yeah.
Okay. And they will show a clip of him at the Ed Sullivan Theater and they'll call it late night.
Yeah.
That was at NBC.
Yeah.
In the 30 Rock building.
Yeah.
So speaking of Letterman, he was on Stephen Colbert last night.
He was Colbert.
Yeah, Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
They were talking about colors.
Yeah.
It was really so
I dig
awesome.
the Colbert. I dig Colbert. And
it was awesome seeing David Letterman on The Late Show again.
Yeah.
Because
did he sit in the? Because I haven't seen it.
He did. He sat at the desk.
Yeah.
But he came out, and I didn't think they were going to shut up. I didn't think the crowd was ever going to stop clapping.
Yeah.
And I almost had tears watching him return, because there are Letterman purists who will say that Late Night with David Letterman was a better show. Personally, I jammed more with Late Show with David Letterman.
Okay.
Because when Late Night was on, I was too young. I couldn't stay up that late.
Yeah.
And then during the summer, he had 4 shows or Friday night videos.
Yeah.
So I missed a lot of that. What I watch now, I really, really, really dig.
Yeah.
But once he moved over to CBS, I believe that I'm not going to say matured, but he did evolve.
Well, Late Night was when he was like throwing watermelons out the.
Well, he did that too on Late Show.
Okay.
Yeah, they ran over things with the steamroller. They threw things off the building.
Yeah.
He still threw pencils at the glass window.
Did he do it on the Did he throw?
He did not throw a pencil at the window on Colbert.
Okay.
But he did say, hey, I was hoping I could get a picture at the desk. And he got up and sat at the desk, and it reminded me, I had all the vibes of when Johnny Carson was on The Late Show when they went out to California. And Johnny sat at the desk.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, I just had the same vibes. There's Dave at the desk, and he even kind of rubbed his hands across it.
Yeah.
Just like Johnny. Just exactly like Johnny.
That's awesome.
But it was so cool seeing him on The Late Show.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
That's really
And then
cool.
I was like, I was just there like a month ago,
It's time now for the Kroger Story of the Week.
I've mentioned it before, and I'm going to mention it again. I hate the self-checkout. I just hate the
self-checkout all the time.
I know, but I hate the self-checkout. Okay, so
I hate the regular checkout.
Do you do the self-checkout with just the spindle and the bags, or do you ever go to the one with the conveyor belt?
No, I don't do the conveyor. That one pisses me off.
Okay, thank you. You and I have something in common tonight.
Okay, holy
yeah, I know. I
love that thing. With the conveyor, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
You put the thing on the thing.
On the stuff.
I went, before I came here tonight, I had to run by and get some stuff so that Libby could make cookies that we're going to take to North Carolina. Mm-hmm. And the lady who was in front of me had ran, 20 items down the conveyor. I don't know what her deal was. She was just kind of standing like, well, now what do I do? Just kind of looking around aimlessly. Something was amiss.
Yeah.
One of the managers comes over and says, here, let me help you bag these up. So they've got a lot of stuff to bag. Okay. And I'm standing there and I can't do anything until she's done.
Yeah.
Because my stuff's going to get into her stuff and I don't want my food touching her. So I thought, okay, I can start doing something. So I scanned one thing and I put it to the side. Mm-hmm. I didn't run it down the conveyor belt. Shuts down. It won't let you do that.
Oh.
Did you know that?
You have to put it on the conveyor.
If you scan something, you have to put it on the conveyor belt. This conveyor belt, Mike, and the big brother, big brother, the
eye in the sky.
The eye in the sky who's watching your every move, knows that when you buy a thing of saran wrap, plastic sheeting for cookies, that it weighs a certain amount. That when you put it on there, if it doesn't go on there, it's like, uh-oh, something's wrong. Someone's trying to steal saran wrap.
Yeah. You know how much stuff I've stolen from Kroger? I've stolen so. Now I take it back in and pay for it.
Yeah.
But out of every 3 visits, I swear, 1 out of every 3 visits, I get there and I'm like, oh, I had all kinds of shit on the bottom I didn't even see. Like I scanned everything in the cart and I've got like my root beer and the paper towels and everything like crammed under there. And I roll it back in. I come in through the thing. Of course, it, that I'm bringing things into the store.
Right.
And then I go over to the checkout, usually right by the same person that's standing there watching everybody check out. And I'm like, I forgot yeah, we know you do this a lot. Yeah. So, and then I pay for it again and I go back out. I swear, 1 out of every 3 times. It happens a lot. But the point of that story is that I could just leave with these items and it doesn't say anything, but it gets so pissed off. So pissed off if when I scan my milk, I don't put it where the bag is. I don't bag milk.
I do.
It's already in its container and it's handled. The bag just gets in the way. So I like to put it directly into the cart. You can't do that with your milk. You've got to put it on the thing. So I make a big scene out about putting it on the thing.
Put my milk.
I go rip, whammo.
Ow.
There's the milk, and then I slap it in the cart.
Yeah.
And you got to wait a few seconds for it to say, well, you're not trying to steal it. Same thing with my Diet Dr. Pepper or Diet Root Beer.
Yeah.
I whip, whammo. And I stare. I'd look him dead in the eye. The attendant just see me put my
Carol, did you see that?
And then put it in the cart.
Yeah.
And the paper towels, they give you an option. Hey, skip bagging. I don't know why they won't let you skip bagging on the milk or on the Diet Root Beer. You can skip bagging on the paper towels.
Huh.
You didn't know that, did you?
Well, because you can't fit them in a bag.
That's right. But I'm all ready to take the big old 16 rolls.
I insist.
Whammo!
Larry, I need you to put these in a bag now.
But
bring over a burlap sack.
For a short amount of time, and I mean maybe 10 minutes, they had those carts that where the wheel would lock up if it sensed something in your cart you didn't pay for.
That did that to me one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they took them out because what happened was they got sick of me going through the thing and it going, then hear me go, damn it. And get over here, guy by the smokes, because they don't do anything. They don't check.
Yeah, no,
I could have $15,000 worth of jewelry I didn't pay for. Yeah. They just come over and they say, "Just keep going, just go."
They
or
don't.
They click a thing, they like a remote control at your cart, and you just go.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
And when you go through the other door, the one that opens through the produce department, when you go out that one that you're not supposed to, and they don't
do anything. They just turn off the alarm, keep going.
Yeah,
you could have whatever in there.
Yeah, take your celery and
So I learned something about Kroger. And I don't want to give away this person's identity.
Okay.
I talked to someone who knows things, and we'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Because I wanted to know what's the deal with Crowbar closing. I'm still upset.
Yeah.
I'm upset for a number of reasons. One, it closed. And two, because they said it closed and they kept the thing open for 3 days.
Yeah.
And then the next day it was gone.
Yeah.
So why did they close the Crowbar?
Yeah.
And
what did they say?
This person told me was...
Now, this was a person who knows things.
This is a person who knows things.
Okay.
They told me that they measure the usage of square footage in a store based on how much they make from it versus how much it costs them. And in nearly every situation, just throwing another shelf up there to put items on is always going to make more money than anything else you put there. So this person was not surprised that the crowbars were being unceremoniously ripped out. And I said, but they make a lot of money. He's like, cut out he. They said, well, he, who like the 50% of the population. He said,
like, I know who he's saying. He's talking about Mark. Was it Mark?
Yeah. He said they don't make any money on the wine, but they do make money on the beer at the bar.
I would
But
think so.
on the shelves, they make money on the wine, which I think somebody at the Crowbar said that they were putting wine things.
I heard they were putting more wine in.
Another possibility is that they're going to put liqueurs there.
There's already liqueur there.
More liqueurs.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
And I said, I don't see how they... And I stopped myself before I finished my sentence, which was, I don't see how they don't make money.
Yeah.
When I realized that when we went to the Crowbar, you could very realistically grab a beer.
Yeah.
Because Pepe Le Popeye said, just go grab a beer from the thing and walk away and then just leave. And if something buzzes, you just look at the Kroger person nearest you and they'll wave you and say, just get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
So no wonder they're losing money on that thing.
Yeah. Here's my thing about the Crowbar closing.
Okay.
It was fun. It was quaint. It was still weird that I'm going to go and drink inside a grocery store.
Yeah.
I never officially got it.
Yeah.
And I wasn't as wild about it as like the tried and true people who are there all the time, you know. There's a lot of places to go get a beer.
Yeah.
There's a lot of where you don't have to walk through the self-checkout lane. You don't have to walk through the deli. You don't have to walk by the cheese section. You can just walk into any bar and get a beer and wine or booze.
Well, here's the...
Why do I say booze?
Here's the attraction of it. I'm not going to a bar.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to the store to get some hot dogs.
Okay.
And there happens to be a bar there.
Okay. So when your wife calls you and says, "Mike, where are you?" I'm at Kroger.
Hi, honey.
I'm at Kroger. Yeah.
Pour me another one, garçon.
Yeah.
Whatever the hell you say.
Garçon.
You're not going to a bar. You're going to the grocery store.
Right.
That's why.
Uh-huh.
But it's not every square foot should be based on selling things. Coffee shops learned this a long time ago.
Mm-hmm.
Starbucks, when they have their $8
like it to be
coffee,
open
and they put couches and shit in there for you to do stuff.
Yeah.
Now they do that because they want you to hang out and buy more of their stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the problem with Kroger doing that?
Yeah.
Just, I'm going to hang out and I'm going to drink I guarantee a bunch of drunk people walking around that store is going to buy a whole bunch more stuff. I would buy a whole lot more ice cream if I were smashed.
Yeah.
Dude, I would buy cereals I would never buy sober. Sober Mike buys Rice Krispies, Honey Nut Cheerios. Drunk Mike, give me a bag of Captain Crunch berries.
Yeah.
A whole bag of them.
Oh, these say oops berries.
Yeah, oops, all berries. Oops, they're all in my cart.
They're in my belly.
Okay. I'll go over there. I'll buy all the Swiffers. And then just stand out in front of the Kroger and pass them out to people.
Me and you be having like a lightsaber battle with the Swiffers.
I would get funky with the cheese.
Yeah.
I when I go buy cheese, I get American cheese for the cheeseburgers.
Yeah.
And don't type that it's not cheese. It's a cheese. I get it.
I don't care.
You get it. You're not impressing anyone here.
Yeah.
And then when I want to get the fancy cheese, I get Tillamook sharp cheddar. But you get my ass drunk, I'm buying a wheel of cheese.
Yeah.
I'm buying some Gouda. Nobody buys Gouda. Who the buys Gouda?
Nobody.
Me, when I'm faced.
Yeah.
Get me on all over the wine. I'm coming over. I'm buying Gouda, Brie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm buying blue cheese.
Oh,
the veinier, the better.
Blue cheese is the nastiest.
It is, but when you're
disgusting,
when you're hammered, throw some crackers out there, munch on it. I'll buy all the sushi when I'm faced. I don't care.
Yeah.
Kroger sushi. Don't just put it right there. Oh yeah.
Have you had sushi?
I have.
Do you like
from
sushi?
Kroger? Yeah.
Okay.
I do enjoy it from time to time.
Okay. I've never had it from
But
Kroger.
that's how you sell all your weird. Just put it around the bar. Don't put the other booze around the bar. They're already at the bar getting booze.
Yeah.
Put the weird. They did good job with the weird cheese. The cakes was genius.
Yeah.
I could walk in there ready to buy celery and beets.
Yeah.
Throw a couple beers in me. I'm buying a happy birthday cake. Happy birthday to who? Me.
Yeah.
I'm at the Crowbar.
That's where they need to have your giant row of your potato chips and your pretzels and your Chex Mix.
Yes.
And all that, because it's like you're drinking and they used to have pretzels.
It's right there.
They used to have pretzels at the bar.
Yeah, a bowl of them,
a bowl
$5
of nuts.
a hand, a bowl of nuts.
Just throwing nuts in your mouth all night long,
Yeah.
right? It's like, so you go over and you get a bag of Chex Mix, and then you're drinking more.
Yeah. Remember the guy that would fist bump everybody at the other Kroger?
I do.
Yeah.
I miss him.
Put him out front with the breathalyzer.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
$1 a puff. See how you are. And if people pass, let them go to the car. If they don't, call the police. You got to show for everybody else in the bar. Oh, look, Harold's getting pulled over again.
Yeah.
I think it makes so much. They need somebody that's creative in charge of the Crowbar. They're going to put 2 more aisles in there. Going to sell more Boone's Farm and fireworks.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit about that?
They don't sell fireworks at Kroger, do they?
Well, those little stupid snake things.
The
The
snake.
little rabbit pellets you put on the ground, and it makes a big ash curly cue.
This has been the Kroger Story of the Week.
What happened to Meg Ryan? What happened to her?
She took some time off.
Okay.
And now she has released a new romantic comedy with David Duchovny.
Okay.
Yeah, they're in an airport.
Oh, well, that answers the question. What happened to David
Duchovny.
Duchovny?
Yeah.
Duchovny.
Yeah.
Mulder.
Yeah, he was Mulder.
Yeah.
And then
Mulder.
Gillian Anderson was Scully.
Scully. Yeah.
But no, Meg Ryan put out a new movie that she directed.
Okay.
I don't know that she wrote it or not. I'm interested in seeing it because, and you will either scoff at me or tell me that you've never seen it, but When Harry Met Sally is one of my top 10 favorite movies of all time.
I mean, it's not one of my favorite movies,
All
but I thought it was a
time.
pretty good movie.
I love it.
Let me ask you this, because she was married to Dennis Quaid.
Yes, she was.
Have you seen the Dennis Quaid video of him going off and losing his mind?
Yes.
On the people, but it's like a bit.
Is it a bit?
It's a bit. It's a joke.
I didn't know it was a joke.
Yeah,
but I did see it.
You see the entire clip. It's they show that it's like they were filming it for something.
Dennis Quaid and Kurt Russell are two of the most underappreciated actors of all time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I agree with that. Yeah. Kurt Russell's a badass, and it seems like a really, really, really nice guy.
And what pisses me off is that he's still so sexy and good looking. It just pisses me off. It pisses me off. He's got to be in 75, 80.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's rugged. Yeah. And just, God, he's good looking.
Same thing with, who's the other guy? Jeff Grabowski.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges. Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Those three just, Sam Neill.
Yeah. Sam and his hair.
God.
That perfect thing that happens with his hair.
I know.
Even in Event Horizon, where he's supposed to be scary and shit, he's still got the perfect hair thing.
He was in the last Jurassic World movie, and he just made me mad start to finish.
He showed up, Grandpa Neil. He's like 98 years old, and he looks better than anybody.
Yeah, and he's going to walk out and take my wife with him.
By the way, Harrison Ford had to take his shirt off in the last Indiana Jones movie. He looks better than anybody in the freaking theater.
Yep.
I mean, not like I wasn't watching the movie with a bunch of shirtless men in the theater. I'm just saying.
Well, not that night.
Not that
night. We're going to go.
Yeah.
We're going to end this episode.
Yeah.
But we want you to come back next week, because next week is going to be our Christmas holiday spectacular episode.
Indeed.
And we've got so many things that you'll just be wowed and amazed with. And speaking of Christmas, everyone who's a patron of the show will be getting a Christmas card soon. And I want to throw a shout out to Jeff Brown, who designed our wonderful Christmas card.
It is wonderful. I will say one thing. I'm not going to pimp the Patreon too much. I will say that we've been on for a little over an hour. Yeah. Most of our episodes are about a half hour to 45 minutes.
Yeah.
There's a lot of content on Patreon, because we take this live thing that you are watching on the Twitches, and all of it, warts and all, goes on to the Patreon.
Yeah.
Those guys are getting some. I uploaded a lot of it last night. I uploaded like about 9 hours of video last night.
Wow.
There's a lot of stuff there.
So if you go to irritabledadsyndrome.com and go to Patreon, you can sign up, but you can get all kinds of bonus stuff, because the stuff that goes in the weekly audio podcast, a lot of that I set aside for our patrons.
Yeah. Believe it or not, what you're listening to now is curated.
Yes.
Somebody actually listened to it and meticulously picked out the best bits.
Yeah.
Somebody. The horse that lays on the cutting room floor, some of those, when I upload them, I listen to them, I'm like, dude, actually we did. One of our episods,
do you realize that every week when you wrap up the show, it takes you 26 minutes to wrap up the show?
I don't.
And
like it. I enjoy it.
About 25 of that I cut out.
I know. But it's still fun. There is an episode where we've done nothing but take the little bits, little end bits, and the little things, and crammed them all into one thing, because I love them so much. And we have one at the episode. We have an episode called the Patreon one, where we grabbed a bunch of random stuff from Patreon and threw it on there.
Yeah.
Much to the chagrin of people who've been paying for that for years.
Wait.
But it was only about 10% of the stuff made it in that episode, and that was a very popular episode.
It was.
Yeah. We said we were going to wrap this up about 15 minutes
We are going to go.
ago.
We hope to see you next week on Irritable Dad Syndrome.
Irritable Dad Syndrome is a Mike Odell, Darin Cox production.
I'm going to regret saying that.
Yeah.
This is the stupidest episode I think we've
seen
ever
you this animated.